We are not off to a great start,
We're not off to a terrible start.
which I guess for us is
How's it looking?
it's looking okay, I think. I don't know. I feel weird, honestly. There was something about
What the heck is up? Why is it skipping like that?
it's a delay.
Are you sure it's a delay?
We're learning right now along with you. Apologies.
Well, it looks fine here.
Does it?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
It looks fine here. Okay. I don't know why. I'm just gonna close out of this.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is it screwing you up?
What I want to know is how the audio is sounding.
Do you want I should just
Do you want I should
just load it?
Oh no, it sounds fine.
Looks
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Dogs.
They just want a credit on the episode. They made an appearance. That's done.
See, it looks. The tones look good there, and now here it looks a little green.
I would say let's fix it in post, but since we're already live, maybe we should just
We'll just keep going. We'll
kind
just
of
roll
go
it.
into it.
Just roll with the punches.
Kind of go into it. So I noticed something.
What'd you notice?
I noticed that you changed the name of the show.
Yeah, I did. I changed the name of the YouTube channel.
Would you like to give our intro to whoever is currently on the live?
Still just one watching.
It's you. Literally, it's literally us watching right over there.
Yes. Well, I'm watching it here on the iPad. And so I can chat with all of you lovely people that will
All of the lovely people.
I trust will eventually join.
This is fun.
So Ronry. Nobody loves me. I don't know how that part goes. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Not that I
forever?
would be like proud to admit that I've seen that movie.
It's not a great movie. Would you like to do the
Some-
intro to the show, sir? Yeah, you have gotten much better in the last 2 weeks since we
Yes.
filmed an episode.
Yes,
Time has flown by. Feels like another
I know.
3 years have passed.
definitely. No, has it been 2 weeks now?
It's been like 2.5.
It's been like 2.5 weeks.
I don't know.
Time does fly. What were you gonna say?
I wasn't.
Oh, I changed the name. Yeah, I changed the name from Untitled with Annie and Jeremiah. I got to change that, I guess, now.
So are we just Andy and Jeremiah now?
Took a long time. Yeah, just Annie and Jeremiah.
Okay.
It's clean.
So
Like
this is Andy.
like instead of the Facebook, just Facebook.
I hear you. This is Andy. This is
I
Jeremiah.
didn't need Justin Timberlake to tell me that.
And together we are Andy and Jeremiah.
Yeah. Like Abba and Preach.
I don't know that reference.
It's just another YouTube channel. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because there are no other YouTube channels.
You know what? We need to do some reactions to Jubilee.
To what?
Jubilee.
Like the
Jubilee's
character?
videos. No, not
Jubilee, like the
yeah.
X-Men?
Yeah, no, the
Is
channel.
it wrong to call her
YouTube channel.
X-Men
X
person?
Xzer.
Xer.
Xzer.
Xer.
Or Xzim.
Should not have chugged that drink.
It's just water.
It is just water. Setzer water. Kroger
So
brand.
you like the Eternals trailer?
Are we just diving into
Let's
it?
dive into it.
You're not gonna
jump into it.
We're just kind of going in like.
Let's try to have a little bit of focus since we can't edit.
Okay. Good idea. So if you have not seen the Eternals trailer yet, it launched last week?
Yeah.
This isn't the
This
first
past week.
If you're unfamiliar with the name, if you don't just pop into your head who the Eternals are, probably on the wrong channel, but I'm going to walk you through it anyway. We're going to get through this together, okay? So Marvel's The Eternals is not the first movie out of Phase 4 of the MCU, but it is the second or the third? It's got like we've got like 2 in between.
So did
then
Far
and
From
now.
Home cap off?
Yeah. It was
Phase
the end
Far
of,
From Home kept off Phase 4.
so
And then wait, how many movies have there been since then? How many movies have actually dropped?
there have not been any movies that have dropped since Far From Home.
Right.
So we need to get through Black Widow, which comes out in July. We need to get through Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
September.
That looks dope. It looks dope. I wasn't looking forward to it, but the trailer
looks good.
kind of hooked me.
And then we have Eternals in November, which when I saw it, I was like, holy bleep.
Holy bleep, Batman.
Holy bleep, Batman. I need to
Oh,
watch
wait,
this
wait.
movie. My birthday's in November.
God rest Batman.
Listeners, who are we talking about?
Batman.
Adam
Well,
West?
your rabbit.
Oh, yeah, my rabbit.
Yeah.
I have so many Batmen in my life. You know, Dick Grayson, Bruce Wayne,
He was Batman. Take us through.
Jean
So
Paul
there's
Valley.
largely been. No, a lot of people have liked it. I see it's kind of 50-50.
50-50 between what?
People
what?
who like the trailer and people who hate the
Oh,
trailer.
we're talking about Eternals again.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Okay. When I watched the trailer, I immediately texted my girlfriend that this is what we have to do for my birthday because it comes out on November 9th. Listeners, viewers, I'm sorry, I'm used to saying listeners. Viewers, my birthday is November 14th. If you want to send me anything, I'll send you the link to my Amazon wish list. When I watched the trailer,
put it in the chat. Put the link. Hey, Jeremy Miller's on.
When I watched,
he says, "I love you guys. Won't be able to stay on long, but I wanted to support you guys. A shark on whiskey is mighty rich." Oh, I got him. I got you. I got you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy, for rudely interrupting me. Oh, snap. We got a call.
Let's take it live.
I can't take this live. I can't take. You talk for a minute.
So let me go through. Because he's obviously positive on the Eternals trailer. I, however, did not care for it. It made me care way less about anything that Marvel's doing. I guess the biggest, if I had to condense it down into the reason why I did not care for the Eternals trailer, is that pointless kind of scene. There's no villain in the trailer. And that made me just really not care. So you have all these characters who decidedly have been around since always and did not, it's what everybody says. They didn't care to intervene through the events of like everything that we've seen happen so far.
But then you have that argument for anything, though. Why didn't Captain America help out whenever S.H.I.E.L.D. turned out to be full of Hydra traitors? Why didn't anything else?
Well, those things are actually kind of touched on, but they're also, see, this goes back to my point of that there's no villain in the trailer.
I hear you.
It just looks like they've been sipping
it's just a
tea
teaser.
in cottages.
Let's call it what it is, though. It's not a trailer. It's a teaser. It's a teaser.
There's no villain in the teaser.
We're getting an idea of who they are. Because keep in mind.
But I don't
Keep in mind. Go back and watch the original Guardians of the Galaxy teaser. You think that Ronan was highlighted in the Guardians of the Galaxy teaser?
Well,
he was not.
People cared about Chris Pratt at the time, though.
People cared about Chris Pratt
and Zoe Saldana.
I believe that what they're doing with this trailer is introducing us to a property that is not well known, similar to what they did with the original Guardians of the Galaxy trailer as well. Ronan was not a big focus, even in the movie. I mean, yeah, he was there. However, I would consider him a tertiary character more than anything else. As a villain, he is largely forgettable. And since we are being introduced to characters that most mainstream audiences aren't familiar with, as an individual, I have no idea who the Eternals are. I still don't.
You haven't looked them up and gotten their history?
The only knowledge that I have about them,
Jeremy, don't go. Stay with us.
The only knowledge that I have about them is that they're these celestial, like super powerful beings. And I know celestial is probably the incorrect term because there are celestials in the Marvel universe, but there are these beings that are omnipotent almost, or near super powered.
You're getting very pumped talking about these people. You have no idea what they're all about. Wait. So what did you like? What captivated you? Because you don't know who they are. So what captivated you in the trailer?
For one, I like the cast. I'm a big fan of
Angelina Jolie,
Salma Hayek. I'm a fan of Aunt Jemima Jolie. I'm a fan of Salma Hayek, Richard Madden, Jon Snow. I'm going to refer to him as that. I forget his name. Kit Harington.
You're a fan of Kit Harington?
I don't dislike Kit Harington.
I don't dislike him either, but Jon Snow wasn't enough for me to... I don't think he got to flex what he could do.
I'm a big fan of Kumail Nanjiani.
He's hilarious.
He's awesome. If you've never watched Silicon Valley, you need to check it out.
If you've never seen that one episode of Archer, you need to check it out.
Oh, what episode? What episode is that?
So whenever he plays Manny the Nanny.
That's right.
Oh my gosh,
That dude's
He's
hilarious.
he is
And
hilarious.
he got ripped for this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
He posted a photo of him like fully buff and everything.
It sparked some outrage, actually.
Outrage. I don't remember outrage. I remember people like losing
Well,
it, but not.
so so the initial reaction was, "Oh my goodness, look, he put in all this hard work and it's amazing." And then, of course, the haters come in and be like, "Well, I'm always going to be fat, so I'm just going to go and hate on his hard work and say that it's unhealthy, it's toxic for him to have to do that."
Bad politics is all about body positivity. We don't care if you're fat, if you're skinny, if you're buff, if you're anything.
No, I'm more of a
Not bad politics.
No, oh no, you're
Untitled. Andy and Jeremiah.
Wrong podcast.
Wrong podcast.
Yeah, at least half of us are.
What?
I'm more of like Dr. Cox. Once you've settled, you lost the battle.
So you're all about getting full like in as shape as possible.
No, not really.
Then explain to me what you've been doing prior to the last year.
Oh, being very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. Someone should have shamed that out of me. I had to do it myself. I have to every morning I looked up and I said, "You do not got it."
I have to say that I've gone through 2 massive weight loss transformations in my life. This most recent one in between our last series of Untitled
Wrong podcast
with Andy and Jeremiah, and our current Untitled with Andy and Jeremiah.
I'm gonna start saying Common Grounds a
bunch. How's that going, by the way?
Oh man, I gotta reach out to. I doubt Pastor Kevin Ward's gonna watch this, but the reason
Pastor Kevin Ward,
the reason I haven't posted it is because this little stupid recorder device, whenever it ran out of battery, it corrupted the audio file.
Ooh.
And as hard as I tried to use the scratch audio and clean it up, I'm not a very great sound engineer, and it was just going to be absolutely terrible.
That is an Untitled with Andy and Jeremiah issue.
It's just Andy and Jeremiah now.
It's just Andy and Jeremiah now. I can't even get the name right of the show.
So I deeply apologize for, although I did have a great time talking with you.
My smile muscles are going to be worn out within like 15 minutes. I already feel it.
Well, don't smile anymore. Here.
I can't help it. I'm a smiley person.
Let me say the Eternals trailer sucked. I fixed it. Fixed the problem.
I liked it. I thought that.
And then, okay, the end trailer joke was absolutely cringe.
Oh, with Rob Stark?
Yeah.
Why?
It wasn't funny to me. And it goes back to, I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know why they're laughing at him other than
they're laughing at him because
they're laughing at him.
Preposterous.
Oh, well, maybe he could be the next leader of the Avengers. I don't know. But also maybe it's dumb that any of them think that they could be the leaders of the Avengers just because they have been, what's the word I'm looking for? Incognito for the past 2,000 years.
It is a bit presumptuous on Richard Madden's part. I don't know what his character's name is, so I'm just going to refer to him as that for the duration of the recording.
His Icarus.
Rob Stark, if you're curious. I think that I'm curious as to who's going to have top billing in this show, because right now Angelina Jolie,
the marketing's all over the place,
and Salma Hayek have like the width at the end, like that would seem to be that they're elevated in the story structure. However, I don't know, like common sense would say that Angelina Jolie would be like the big star of the movie, right?
Either her or Richard Madden. I think Salma Hayek's going to die early.
You think so?
Yeah, because she's in any of the she's not in any of the. Her voice is in the trailer, but her voice in the trailer could also be at like the first 15 minutes.
I don't really want to hear that though, because aside from Michael Pena, she's like the only Latino representation or Latinx representation in the MCU.
Don't a bunch of Latin people hate the term Latinx? I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, there are. There are.
I don't understand the term. I haven't bothered to look it up.
It's like the X is an exchange between Latino and Latina.
Oh.
It's like it refers to either one.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, I would be bummed out if Salma Hayek does not appear for more than a few minutes in the trailer. You're probably right though. If historically you like break down these trailers and you kind of get an idea of who does what where, if they're not very much in the trailer, the chances are they're probably not going to be.
With a star-studded cast, though, I would have liked that they pushed her as the main character. If this is the case, if she dies in the first 30 minutes, then I'd have liked for them to heavily feature Salma Hayek, and then they kill her off
in those first 30 minutes.
Yeah, that would have been good.
She's the.
I mean, she's the voiceover mostly, I think.
She's a gender swapped character too.
Yeah,
I did know that.
A lot of these characters are gender swapped.
Really?
Yeah, supposedly.
Also, Gemma, what's her name? Gemma
who?
There's
Gemma Chan.
Gemma Chan. She joins the very rare group of people who have been in multiple MCU projects as different characters. She was originally a character in Captain Marvel.
Was she really?
Mhm.
Let's see.
She was blue, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. She was a Kree. And I know you don't like Captain Marvel.
Actually, I think I really probably liked the part that she was in if she was a Kree. Okay, so Captain Marvel. I loved the first like 15 minutes, the first 10 to 15 minutes. I was like, if this is what the movie's going to be, I can dig it. There was parts whenever I was really like, oh my goodness, this is cool. Like, who's going to be a Kree? This is this espionage kind of thing. Like whenever they starts realizing that one of those people that are supposed to be on their team is part of the Kree, and then like it's a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
What you got there, Tom?
I have our live stream going.
Oh, okay.
To help boost our numbers.
So I really liked that part a lot. And then as soon as she got to Earth, after that first main mission, which might have been as soon as she got to Earth.
Oh,
I was way less interested. It just went downhill for me.
I have been corrected. It also includes people who don't feel like they fall within Latino or Latina, the Latinx term. But I've heard that Latin E with an E at the end of it is a more preferred.
Minerva is who she plays. I guess that.
In which one?
In Captain Marvel.
She doesn't have a whole lot of screen time in Captain Marvel.
Probably not. Well, okay. Well, that's that. So out of all these characters, who do you think is going to die?
Out of the Eternals?
Yeah. I need some Eternals to die for me to care.
The Ezra Miller knockoff is going to die.
You think so? I think he's going to be a bad guy.
You think he's going to be a bad guy?
Look at him. He's just his hair.
Viewer, insert look at him moment. You have to use your imagination. We're not going to edit this in later.
Yeah. This we're doing it.
We're busy.
Neither
people.
Of us. Is it weird that I wore cologne for this?
No, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it personally.
Oh, crap. Let me waft away. Yeah, who's this? So I saw him in Dunkirk, and he did fantastic. And then it looks like he's been in a bunch of other stuff that I've never seen, though. Is he a good actor?
I don't know.
In Dunkirk, he was.
If he's in Dunkirk, common sense would say that he is a good actor.
There was nothing but good actors in that movie.
Yeah, Tom Hardy was in that movie.
Do you know anything?
Harry Styles was in that movie.
Harry Styles was in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Who did he play?
Played one of the guys trapped in those ships. That ship. Remember?
I'm not even gonna make fun of him because that movie hit me hard.
Dunkirk is a great movie.
That movie hit me hard.
If you're a fan of period pieces of war movies, watch Dunkirk.
And 1917.
I've not seen 1917.
I was like,
it's the one that's supposedly like in a single shot, right?
It's edited to appear as a single shot,
right?
And it is a darn good film. That is a fantastic film with a hard-hitting message.
It doesn't get too boring after a while.
No, not at all.
I chose to see Tolkien over that.
I think you chose wrong.
Tolkien's not bad.
Probably I haven't seen Tolkien, but
I'm a fan of Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult, too. If you are ever in the Houston, Texas
area,
fan
of Nicholas
you are welcome to join Untitled with Annie
About a Boy is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
About a Boy is a great film.
I loved About a Boy.
It's a great movie.
It is. And whenever I was watching it one time, and then people were like, "Who's that weird-looking kid?" I was like, "I don't know, but he's a darn good actor."
This is Nicholas freaking Hoult. That's who it is.
Yeah, and then later on you see articles. Does this guy look familiar? Well, that's because he used to look weird. There was a bunch of articles.
Body positivity. We are all about however you choose.
Don't ever settle. Do your best. Try harder, or don't. So who's Black Knight? Kit Harington is supposedly playing Black Knight.
I don't think either of the Stark boys are going to die in this movie.
No, there's way more to be milked out of having them on board. Now, Brian Tyree Henry, I'm curious to see what he's going to do. I think I saw him because he's in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
I like him in Atlanta. Well, I liked him in the episodes I've seen of Atlanta.
How much of Atlanta have you seen?
Honestly, I haven't seen too much. I
Okay.
watched, I think, halfway through the first season, and then I watched. I think the second season has that weird episode with that Donald Glover
The
or
Michael
whatever,
Jackson
the
character?
Michael Jackson character, which was a really good standalone episode.
Atlanta is a great show. The first season is full on comedy. It's fantastic. It's really enjoyable to watch. The second season, Donald Glover decided, you know what? I'm not going to make a new show. I'm just going to take Atlanta and make it as weird as I possibly can. It's good. It's different, though. Like, don't go in expecting the same season that you saw before, or at the very least, the same type of season that you saw before.
That's what another guy told me. He said that like each season kind of explores different themes.
Yeah. And Atlanta season 2 kind of shows the desperation in people. I thought it was good, though. I thought it was really good. There's an episode where his name is Paperboy in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or his performer name is Paperboy in Atlanta, where he's actually being
Let
hunted.
me see that paper boy. What?
He's being hunted.
He's being hunted?
Yes.
By whom?
It's very tense. It's a very uncomfortable episode to watch by some people with guns that were just running through the woods. Like he runs out of gas or something, or he gets stranded in the middle of nowhere.
Have you seen The Hunt?
I have not.
It's so funny. I love that movie.
I've heard it's really
so
good.
It's good.
I've heard it's good. Is that the one with Hilary Swank? Hilary Swank is
Hilary Swank is in it. And then that girl from Glow, which I've never seen.
I need to put my hand down because I just realized by looking down at the live stream that we're currently watching that I'm covering up my beautiful face the entire
time. I'm on IMDb right now looking at all these. Man, how do you... Like, this has to be a movie that is this far along in the MCU because of all this overhead.
What is?
Like, all of these characters, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, they have 10 Eternals, right? There's 10 of them.
You're right. There probably will be a few that die. When we compare the Eternals, when we compare the Eternals to like something like the Suicide Squad, which is also a jam-packed cast.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait.
I cannot wait for the Suicide Squad too. The trailer was very impressive.
It was.
And both of them. I'm a fan of both of them. I actually enjoyed the Green Band trailer more than the Red Band.
I don't think I've actually seen the Green Band trailer.
The Green Band trailer is so good. I kind of want to insist that you pull it up right now and watch it, but that's going to be like 2.5 minutes of dead air time. I'll entertain you while he watches the trailer, though. Lone viewer. It's probably just like this device, that device, and that device currently watching.
I'll be real, man. I want Salma Hayek to die.
Why?
Because she looks like the leader, and if they've just been chilling, letting everything happen and go on, then someone needs to die right off the bat.
She is not in the dinner or the whatever scene where they're all eating together.
She's not. She's probably off talking to Odin.
Probably. Salma Hayek will more than likely die. You're not wrong.
I want her to die. Just they've got to. They look. If I'm gonna see it. I'm not like. Endgame was a nice cap off for me. And anything after Endgame is kind of, okay. Well, I really did like Far From Home. I really like Jake Gyllenhaal in Far From Home. I'm a Jake Gyllenhaal fan.
He is. You should see his bedroom.
Anyways, Nightcrawler is one of my all-time favorite movies. But anyways, so if I'm going to care in this movie about any of these people, I need some of them to die. I need some of them to have skin
need to be high.
I need them to have skin in the game. I'm not interested. What this looked like to me was like an MCU version of The Sims, of like Sims gods. That's what the trailer was to me. Like if there was like a Sims gods game.
I think you're being too hard on it right now. I think you're not having. I mean, I hear you that you're saying that you're going to see it for sure, no matter what. I think that you're still being a little judgy of a teaser. I would reserve judgment at least till the first official trailer releases. The first full-length trailer that gives us some idea as to what they're going to be facing, as to what they're going to be up against, and then crap on it, and then wish Salma Hayek dead. Because you said Salma Hayek, you did not say whatever her character's name is.
Well, her character. I don't wish Salma Hayek.
I want Salma Hayek to die. Andy Montoya.
I want
2020.
Okay, well, you were calling Richard Madden and Kit Harington.
I'm just
Icarus. I don't want
Icarus.
I wish her all the good health.
I don't want any of them to die. I want them to have long,
I want all
healthy
the
lives in
actors
the
to have long and
MCU
healthy
until it's an
lives.
emotional departure whenever the inevitable Avengers 7 comes around. God, we're gonna be old when Avengers
How
7
long do
comes
you think they're
around.
gonna milk this? How many more years do you think they're gonna milk this?
The MCU before they completely reboot it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So they're supposed to be doing Secret Wars in the next. Was it phase 3? The cap off of phase 3 was a complete story. So what are they calling this next part?
They're calling it Phase 4.
Phase 4.
They are calling it.
They should
Phase
call
4.
it something else. They should call it
Phase
phase
Alpha.
1. Phase, maybe, yeah. Although then you have to call the next phase beta. And there's only one good beta in my opinion.
Betamax.
No.
Beta Ray Bill.
Actually, no, you're right. Never mind. There's like 3 good betas in my opinion. Beta Ray Bill, Baymax. Well,
Beta Ray Cyrus.
What? No, I was gonna say from Walking Dead. Although that show is horrible, but I really like what's his name, the guy that plays Beta. Remember the Titans, Sons of Anarchy.
You're naming 2 things that I have not seen probably in the last 10 years.
What's his name?
15 years.
His
generous.
name is somebody nice in the Ryan Hurst.
Did you say somebody nice in the comments?
Somebody nice in the comments, possibly helping me out here, but
there is literally me and you in the comments section right now.
Very good. Awesome.
Like, hang on.
Oh wait. We have 3 people watching. Me, you, and that might be Brittany.
It's Ryan Hurst.
Ryan Hurst.
The person in the comments said.
Oh, that's nice of you, man. That's big of you. Anyways,
I got to be honest with you, man. Andy and Jeremiah is a weird title, but I like it. I
was gonna put Monty and Espy.
I think we're good with Andy and Jeremiah.
Have you seen Cruella yet? Was
it
any good?
I have.
It looked like a Disney version of the Joker, of Joker.
I would not call it that because I don't want to get into spoiler territory.
No, don't get into spoilers. I'm gonna go see it
for a week.
Although I didn't want to go see it until I started seeing a few reviews from people that I trust. Before that, I didn't care anything about the movie.
Here's what I'll say about Cruella without giving too much away. Do not expect it to be a lead-in to 101 Dalmatians. That's all I can say. It's good. I enjoyed it. The only complaint that I have about it is that it falls into the same trap that a lot of movies lately are falling into, where they become a long-ass music video, like a really long music video, where one licensed song after another. And at first it's really
Suicide
effective.
Squad 1.
At first it's really effective. But after a while, you're like, oh, they're going with another licensed song. Seriously, 2/3 of that movie is licensed music. And that's being generous. There is a turning point in the film where the tone shifts and the licensed music goes away until towards the end, I would say. But overall, the film itself is very enjoyable. The cast does really well in it. I like it. It's a good movie.
I want to see it. If I had known this earlier too, even after having seen the trailer before the reviews came out, I would have wanted to see it had I known that it is from the guy who directed Lars and the Real Girl.
I have not seen Lars and the Real Girl.
That is a fantastic. It's with Ryan Gosling. It's a fantastic movie. It's worth a watch. Absolutely, it's 100% worth a watch. All right, final thoughts on Eternals, I suppose.
I'm going to go see it opening day, and I'm going to go see it again that Saturday, and I'm going to go see it again that Sunday.
A lot of time on your hands.
Those are the plans. Probably not going to happen, but we'll see.
What if it sucks?
Then I will go see it opening day.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to see it. I am planning on seeing it. You've seen my to-do wall. Hopefully
It's an impressive to-do wall.
Oh my gosh. This is my personal to-do wall. I have one at work also.
Freeze the frame. His password's up here.
Where? No, it's not. No, it's not, you liar.
It's not up there.
It's not up there. Supernatural.
Okay. So when you wrote Supernatural on the text message that you sent me this morning,
I had a tagline.
We planned so far in advance what we're going to do each episode. It's hard to remain topical. We literally, you told me this morning what we're going to talk about. Supernatural.
Off the
I
top of
have
my
not
head.
seen the final season, so keep in mind that this is that every thought that I express at this point is
So you're up to season 14.
yes.
Okay.
Every thought that I express at this point is not fully formed because I can't give a full opinion on the series as a whole. I feel like I can give an informed opinion pretty well on everything leading up to season 14 because I've seen quite a bit of the show multiple times.
Let me tell you, the end of season 4. Are you okay with like? I'm not going to spoil anything.
I'm cool
Are
with
you okay with
spoilers.
light
It's been a
spoilers?
few
Okay.
years, and I already know what
And then
happens in
everybody.
the final
Okay.
season.
Good. Season 14, the final episode got me pumped for season 15.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be something different, but like the end, whenever like everything's just breaking loose, world's going to hell in a handbasket. I was so excited for what was to come next.
Pretty standard for Supernatural, though, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, but even so, not like this, not like that. And one of the final things, Chuck saying, "Story's over." I was pumped for season 15, and season 15 was a major letdown, in my opinion. And seeing old Sam Winchester die, and then the way that Dean dies, it was just a major letdown to me. I didn't care for it.
He gets poked, in case you're curious. He does. That's what happens.
He's like, "No, Sam, don't touch me. Just say this is it, Sam."
Dude's literally been to hell like 16 times.
I know, and now it's the end. Maybe they shouldn't have made Chuck human.
I don't blame him though, because honestly, if I died that many times, I would want to go. Like I'd be done. Like, all right, I'm good. I don't need to feel this again.
Yeah,
I'm all right where I'm at now.
But it's
please.
cooler to die in the apocalypse than leisurely raiding a vampire nest, something that you've done thousands of times before. And then as a joke, like there was a whole montage in the last season, whenever that like a wood fairy or a sprite or whatever like is in the bunker, and then she powers up the whole facility, and then they actually have like a radar or something that can go and it tells them where different supernatural entities are. Well, they do this 100 times and then everything's fine. But on this last one, Dean just was off his game, apparently. Yeah. He gets pushed up against the wrong wall. I was not impressed. I didn't like it. I thought it was dumb. The last season, I thought was, and there's an instant resolution to the world going to hell in a handbasket. They're able to contain it to a single town, and it was not very interesting.
So screw that town.
Yeah, so screw that town.
Screw some people whatever die. Town that is.
I was really excited to them. It was gonna only like there's like 2 episodes where they relive their greatest hits, kind of a thing.
Really? That's how the show ended?
Well, no. There was 2 episodes where they do that, and then they move on to bigger and better things.
That sounds incredibly disappointing.
Watch it. I'm curious to get your take on it. We'll talk about it again.
I need to go through the whole season though.
So,
and I'm watching better shows like Ted Lasso right now. Have you not seen Ted Lasso?
I have not seen Ted Lasso.
You need to watch Ted Lasso.
What's it about?
Ted Lasso is about this Midwest. No, he's not Midwestern. I think he's from Kansas. Ted Lasso is about this American college football coach who is sent to England, who's hired by a woman who's recently gone through a divorce and acquired her husband's soccer team, her actual like pro level soccer team, and everybody's betting against this guy. Nobody thinks that he has any chance of winning, of leading the team to victory.
Oh, Ed Helms, Apple TV. Okay,
yes.
That's where okay.
And
wait, no,
it's not Ed Helms.
Not
it's
Ed
Jason
Helms.
Sudeikis.
It's that other guy, Jason Sudeikis.
Turns out the reason why she hired him is because she hates her husband, and it was the team was the only thing he loved, and she wants it to fail. Amazing comedy gold. Check it out.
I'll check it out.
I guarantee you. It's from the creator of Scrubs.
I like Jason Sudeikis, and I did like Scrubs.
It's a well done show. It has entered the pantheon of films that I will watch while I'm depressed because it is a very positive show. It's an enjoyable show to watch, along with Mythic Quest and My Name Is Earl. You know, the comfort shows.
The comfort shows.
I mentioned them last time.
For me, that's The Office. I can always go back and watch The Office.
Even like the last 2 seasons?
Yes.
Really?
Even so, yeah. I give it a huge pass. The last, like, after Michael leaves, um, during the live airing, like whenever the show was still going on, I stopped watching pretty quickly after Michael departed the show.
Same.
Um, but in retrospect, I was too harsh. The show had to change if it was going to even last that long. It had to change, and it did.
You don't feel like it overstayed its welcome though?
No, I think it was. I think they knew when to call it quits.
See, and this is actually something I wanted to talk to you about. I'm a part of a group on Facebook that is called like Sitcom Crossover Verse or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. I'm sorry if I'm offending any of our one viewers right now who are watching. Oh crap, we got 5 people watching right now. Uh, if you happen to be a part of that group, I'm deeply sorry. But right now there's a tournament bracket between the best sitcom. Read the comments. You'll see why we're laughing. The best sitcoms of all time. Currently, right now, The Good Place is up against The Office. I love The Good Place.
I liked it, but I don't think it's like anywhere near The Office.
I would disagree with you. The Office,
Really?
yeah, I would argue that The Office has better highs in it than The Good Place, but has way worse lows, way lower lows. The Good Place is a consistently good series all through its short, granted short 4 seasons, but they knew the story they wanted to tell. They got in and they got out and they told it. And that was it. The Office did what is, according to TV tropes, referred to as flanderizing characters. Flanderizing is taking a trait of a character and turning that character into a caricature of what they were originally whenever they first started. So, in regards to Ned Flanders on The Simpsons, he was this generally normal neighbor guy who happened to be a really religious dude as well. Flanders' entire characteristic was he is a religious guy now, a deeply religious guy in the later seasons of The Simpsons.
Well, they do the same thing with Homer. Like at the beginning, he's not very smart and he doesn't have ambition,
But then he becomes
loves
like
his family.
Yeah, he's
And
a
then
good family. He's a good
yeah,
provider.
He'll do anything for his family. And then as the show goes on, he's just an absolute idiot.
Half of the characters, at least half, if not more, of the characters on The Office get flanderized. They look at Kevin. Kevin is an idiot, but he becomes like a complete incompetent Sesame Street watching character by the end of the show.
But in the best way.
I would disagree.
In my opinion.
I would disagree.
Okay. So like I get that. And if you don't like the later seasons because of that, you know what? That makes perfect sense to me. But for some reason, I just love watching these characters. And there's no season that I'm like, I didn't need to see that. Like even in season 12, there's episodes where I'm like,
Did it go up to 12 seasons?
Yeah, it did.
Oh my god.
I know. So I don't see, even then, I don't think comparing The Good Place to, because also there was no writer's strike during The Good Place's run.
This is true. So are you blaming the entire run post season 4 of The Office on the writer's strike that happened?
No, I'm not. And even then, I liked a lot of the episodes that nowadays, I like a lot of the episodes during the writer's strike that I didn't appreciate back whenever it aired. Like, because that was whenever they started leaving the office a little bit more. They started changing up the settings a little bit more, and that had to do with like the episode whenever Michael and Jan have their dinner party. I didn't care at all for that episode whenever it first aired. Now it's one of my favorite.
It holds
episodes.
up. It holds up.
It holds up
better.
so freaking well. And then Robert California, I hated him initially.
I do like Robert California.
Aired. He's one of my all-time favorite characters in The Office now.
He is the effing Lizard King.
He's the Lizard King. You don't even know my real name. Like he's so like one of my favorite.
Robert California.
Like legitimately, he has one of my favorite quotes in anything of all time.
That just shows you that you really have to screw up James Spader.
Yeah.
Whatever role you give him, because he will
make it gold.
Gold.
Yeah.
Even in Age of Ultron.
He could have played Othello. And I would have forgiven him.
Robert California makes a season 8 of The Office really good to watch. That alone, I'd say. Season 8 or season 9. Whatever season Robert California is in. Watch it. He's a very unique character, and he's what The Office needed. It was post Steve Carell's departure. It was what The Office needed. I think that him being gone and focusing, I think, on Andy. Andy became the manager
That
after
is
Robert
where,
California.
whenever Andy became the manager, or Andy as manager, was, I think, the biggest weak point in the show, because they kept writing the manager character, excuse me, as if it was
so
being,
unprofessional.
as if it
Burping on camera,
as if it was being
offending our 4 viewers now.
Oh,
We had
no,
5.
I'm still 5. I'm still seeing 5.
How are you?
Yeah. Anyways, so they kept writing the manager role as Michael Scott, but only Steve Carell can say those lines and have it not sound like it's coming from somebody who's just being an absolute jerk. Like what?
No, I'm not laughing at anything you said. I'm laughing about Steve Carell. I just remembered a meme I sent you a few years back from Scott's Tots, from the Scott's Tots episode. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Like, do you remember what I'm talking about?
I think so.
The one
very vaguely.
a older businessman, a whole room full of high schoolers.
Yeah, I remember.
If you're interested, comment in the. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but if you're interested, comment in the comment section here, and I'll send you the link to the meme. I don't want this on camera. I don't want me saying this on camera.
See, imagine Andy in that, as you know, playing Michael Scott in that episode. It would not have been nearly as funny.
Andy was such a different character whenever we started too.
Yeah,
and he went through a transformation.
The most changes.
He did go through the most changes because
He's
they were
like
trying to fit
4
him in a
different
different
characters
role.
through the run.
And then they gave him his leadership role, and then Ed Helms was like, "No, I got to film a few movies."
Yep.
And he was gone most of that season.
Which was in the time that he was gone, the time that Andy wasn't a character on the show, were the best episodes.
But you're gonna show me him like figuring out, because he finagles and he figures out a way to get Robert California out of there. He does it smartly.
Yeah, he does.
And I was kind of like pro Andy in those moments. And then they send him away and they give us a really crappy reason for why he's gone and everything. Makes you think that the writer kind of irritated at him leaving for whatever.
I think they were, because they really turned him into an unlikable character. So whenever he first becomes a manager, he was still likable. My bad. The magic of editing. Wait.
Oh, no editing. We're doing it live. Bill O'Reilly.
So
doing it live.
He's still likable whenever he first becomes a manager, but then he comes back from his camp training that David Wallace sends him on, and then the writers just make him into a completely unlikable character. I guess as a way to get the last laugh for leaving and putting.
How dare you go on to Hangover 2?
Exactly.
Or whatever Hangover it was
at the time.
Cedar Rapids. How dare you go film Cedar Rapids?
Oh no, who left? Now I see it. Ah, someone's back. Very nice.
Whoever's back, thank you for joining us.
So, Supernatural, right?
We were talking about
season 1 through 5 was Eric Kripke, the original creator's completed vision. The ending of the end. Don't play footsies with me, man.
I'll try not to. That was a complete accident, but now I don't know what to do with myself.
And actually, not even the ending of season 5, because as soon as like Sam goes to hell, falls into the pit, whatever, and then even in the end, the last episode, you see that Sam's basically back like immediately.
Season 5 was like in 2010 anyway. So by the way, if you're gonna get irritated about spoiler alerts, I'm sorry. This is well beyond the statute of limitations for spoiler alerts.
Yes. And anyways, all of them die like at least 5 times.
At least. I thought the initial run of Supernatural was really good. It didn't hit us over the head with who or what Chuck was at that point. We get the idea that there's something more to him than a regular human, but it doesn't hammer it in. Although one of my favorite moments in the later season is when they're facing, what is it, the darkness? I can't remember exactly what it was. Whenever Chuck has his guitar solo, whenever he plays the open mic night for
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
when he plays the open mic night for that one angel. I can't remember his name, but he sings "Fare Thee Well" by Dave Von Ronk or Dave whatever. It's a folk song. It's a folk song that was popularized by Inside Llewyn Davis.
That's such a good movie.
Mm-hmm. The Supernatural version is great. Jensen Ackles also has a version of that song that he covered as well.
Yeah, he sings too.
That's the best we can describe it.
He's not bad, but it's
generic.
You also get the sense that it's an actor singing.
It's like, oh, he wouldn't have gotten that deal if he wasn't Jensen Ackles.
He's perfectly suitable to play open mic nights.
That's all I ever did too.
And you know what? He's a better singer than me, so that I'm not saying.
I'm not gonna say he's a better singer than me. I'll fight you, Jensen
I'll say
Ackles.
it. He's a better singer than
Jensen Ackles, I'm a better singer than you. I'll fight you.
And you know, we were never in anything as we've never done anything as artistic as My Bloody Valentine. So who the heck are we?
Did we go see that together?
Yeah.
Did we really?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We were children at that point, literally.
Little chitwins.
Going to see My Bloody Valentine.
So whenever I sent you the text message of what I wanted to say about Supernatural, I had a tagline. It said Supernatural from earnest creativity to fanfic. And I feel like after season 5, and I think that this is confirmed within the content of the show, that after season 5, it's just kind of like fanfic. It's supernatural fanfic, in my opinion. And I think that that's confirmed in a meta sort of way in the actual show itself.
Evidence for confirmation.
So the whole, like, basically everything surrounding Chuck, I think, confirms that everything after season 5 is essentially they treat it as fanfic, because that's kind of how everything goes. Like, they find out that there's supernatural books and someone else has been writing them.
But that was in the prior seasons, though.
That was when
that's the whole reason that they got introduced to Chuck in the first place.
When did Chuck show up?
Chuck showed up, I want to say, in season 4.
When was Chuck's first appearance in Supernatural?
See, your argument is full of holes.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is full of holes.
But he did not show up as God of the Supernatural universe.
That's true. Okay, at the time,
8 or 9 or 15.
So they changed that. He didn't show up as God.
He was a prophet.
Right. And then after that, they used him as a meta device to ascribe fanfic kind of attributes to the writing.
There's that musical episode. If we're talking about fanfic, because yes, if you have not watched Supernatural, they live in a universe where they are immortalized in a pop culture. They have books, like trashy novels about them. They have an entire supernatural convention, if I'm not mistaken. There's a convention that they go to, right?
Yeah. Which I like that episode.
They have a musical that a high school puts on. I like that episode too.
That was a decent episode.
Some of the best episodes. I put Supernatural up there with Buffy. I don't know if you've ever watched Buffy.
Yeah, I've seen Buffy. I haven't seen the last season of Buffy yet.
Now, granted, I watched Buffy as it was airing, but the two are very similar shows, at least in terms of themes and like the supernatural content within it.
I was more of an Angel guy, anyways.
Were you? I never saw Angel. Any of the seasons of Angel. Musical episodes tend to do well in my mind. I enjoy watching episodes like that. They're fun. They're a different take.
The musical episode in Buffy was outstanding.
What's it? Once More with Feeling, I think is what it's called.
With God rest him, because he's passed away now, I think.
Which one?
The actor who plays Zach in Power Rangers. I think he's passed away now.
Are you sure? He's in it?
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, he plays the main demon.
He plays the demon.
Yeah, you're the one that told me that.
No. Am I? It does sound like something I would say.
Let's find out. The original Power Rangers, which, as a segue, I was a huge fan of the remake.
I liked it.
I love Dacre Montgomery.
Dacre.
Dacre?
That's how you
Dacre?
pronounce.
I don't know how you
Dacre.
pronounce his name, to be honest.
He's also great in Stranger Things.
Oh, man. Season 3?
Mrs. Wheeler. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
He did a great job in season 3. Well, I thought he did a great job in season 2, but that last episode in season 3, it hit hard.
Is he in season 2?
Yeah, he's in season 2.
Proceed.
Isn't he? Anyways, I'm not seeing him here.
I'm gonna take your word for it. It does sound like something I would say.
You're the one that told me, but
I believe you.
He did pass away, I believe. And if I'm not wrong, then if I'm wrong, then one of the many people in the live
in the
stream.
comments. You know what? In 6 months, we're gonna have 10 people watching. That's a little high.
Whoa!
In 6 months, we're gonna have 5 people watching consistently.
Your Apple Pencil's newer than mine.
Are we comparing Apple Pencils then?
So, anyways, so I'm not a huge fan of and I'll stand by this, even though I think that I will put season 1 through 5 on the pedestal of earnest creativity. It never got better than season 2.
I agree. I will not argue that at all because we still had a healthy mix of the Monster of the Week episodes back in season 2
and the
overall story.
And the Don't Fear the Reaper, that was in season 2, right?
Don't Fear the Reaper's in season 1.
That's in season 1?
Yes.
Anyways, I love that introduction of the Reaper. They kept trying to go bigger and bigger with it, and it just kind of got old after a while.
Some of the season 2 highlights: Tall Tales, the first appearance of Gabriel, who was then known as the Trickster Demon, where the college campus was being affected by like monsters out of the Weekly World News or something like that.
That was great.
That was a great episode. Other highlights from season 2 include the episode with the werewolf girl. I can't remember her name.
Oh, Sam has to put her down.
I think it's called Hollywood Babylon. Hollywood Babylon is the episode where they're on a movie set.
Yeah.
And it's a haunted movie set because it's supernatural. So of course it's going to be a haunted movie set. It's a great season. It is, in my opinion as well, no argument here, the best season of Supernatural, period.
Yeah, I agree. It never got better than season 2, unfortunately.
At least they have a leg up over Walking Dead in that sense because it never got better than season 1 with The Walking Dead.
I disagree.
Really?
I disagree.
All right, let me hear it.
I think season 3 and 4 were amazing.
Season 3 is the one with the warden or the governor.
The season 3 and 4 are the ones have the governor in them.
But he's not the big bad of season 4, is he?
Yeah.
Season 4, the big bad are the wanderers or the people who are cannibals.
So it was kind of split. It was kind of split in season 4. So the first half of the season, I believe, was the governor, and then the second half of season 4 was the people at Terminus.
We're gonna have to disagree on that one. Agree to disagree on that one. I see what your line of thinking. As far as action goes, season 3 and season 4 of The Walking Dead are much higher up on that list. There are a lot of big set pieces in that season. There are a lot of
okay, so I kind of treat them differently. I think season 1 is better filmmaking and better.
That's
quality.
where I'm going with.
I agree, but as far as like grand television, enthralling television, I think season 3 and 4 are as good as it gets.
In my humble opinion, which is what I always thought IMHO stood for. Whenever I heard honest, it's like
I thought it stood for IMHO.
Walking Dead never got better than episode 1, in my opinion.
You know what? I agree. Artistically, I agree.
Walking Dead was like an entirely new show.
Alien is a better movie. It's a better film than Aliens. But I love Aliens.
You are the Alien expert, so I can't really argue it. Personally, I enjoy watching Aliens more than Alien.
And I do too. I like watching Aliens way more than Alien, but Alien I think also is hands down a better film.
Remember that one project we submitted for the Alien?
Yeah, they never got back with us.
They never got back with us.
You know,
It was a good submission, though.
I thought it was a good pitch.
The script was fantastic.
We came up with
the pitch was brilliant.
Did we have a script?
I did have a script. Yeah,
You had a script
I
written
wrote the
out?
script out.
Oh, that's fast.
We wrote it in like a month and a half.
Oh, that's true, I guess. We had a really good pitch for an Alien fan film contest, and we titled it Alien Karamazov.
I forgot what the title was.
It was Alien Karamazov, and it was brilliant.
It would have gotten us in the door of Hollywood. We had plans to.
We should just make it anyway.
We should just make it anyway.
It'd be expensive.
It'd be expensive or terrible. We can't have.
Yeah, we can't do. I'm not gonna do a terrible. So we would have to have the budget for it.
We'd have to sell off every item that we own.
Okay,
which is not much.
Any final thoughts on Supernatural?
Before
we move on to our final topic,
I think that Jared Padalecki has a hard career ahead of him.
I'm not even going to bother watching
Walker, Texas Ranger.
There's only one Walker, in my opinion.
He's going to go the way of Chad Michael Murray.
You know what? Which kind of sucks, because I like Chad Michael Murray. I thought he was decent as an actor. As a person, I don't know.
You don't know that guy personally.
I don't know. I don't know him.
Jensen Ackles will land on his feet. He's already with the boys. You don't like the boys?
I like season 1.
I've not seen season 2 yet.
You haven't seen season? I would just say call it quits. Okay, so the shtick of everyone's horrible, it gets old, in my opinion, because everyone's horrible.
Everyone is horrible, though.
And it kind of gets
Untitled with Andy and Jeremiah. These hosts are horrible too.
Everyone has definitely the capability to be horrible, but in that show, it's just like, so whenever they announced that Jensen Ackles was going to be Soldier Boy, he's like,
it's pronounced Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy. He's the Captain America of the boys universe, and he's horrible. He's not like MCU Captain America. I'm like, yeah, duh. Everybody's horrible in this show. Everybody. And I really liked Homelander in season 1. In season 2,
he was such a great guy in season 1.
That's not why I liked him. He was a horrible guy, but I thought he was a lot more complex. I thought they portrayed him as a lot more complex.
I need to watch
in season 1.
I need to watch it.
Watch it, and we'll hash it out. But Invincible is amazing.
But they've only had season 1 too, so you can't really like elevate the two.
I'll elevate Invincible over
season 1 of The Boys.
Yeah. Invincible. So there in the last episode of Invincible, and if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
He's getting very real with how his voice has kind of gotten a little low.
In the last episode of Invincible,
the viewer,
it gets real.
It gets real
in a hard-hitting way. Like, it was there's a few scenes in Invincible where it actually kind of made me tear up a little bit. And I'll be real. And if you've seen it, you might know what I'm talking about. Of course, there's been memes about it, but there's a part where it does make me tear up.
I just thought of the worst line from Shaun of the Dead.
All right. Yay. Or
no, that was it.
Senor Chang, hot gay. No. As a father, there is a scene.
Oh, okay.
As a father, there is a scene in Invincible that makes me tear up.
Ever since I became a dad, like anything related to kids, if it's emotional, I'm gonna be crying over it. It's gonna happen.
It hits hard.
I feel you.
There's like 2 parts where I'm just like, so definitely give Invincible a shot. If you're not hooked after the first episode, you're probably not gonna like it too much.
Oh, really? It's not a slow. It's not like a slow burn kick-in show.
You need to watch. You go into it cold, and then by the end of the first episode, you'll kind of see what the show is about.
I hear you.
And so
I'm down. I'm gonna watch it.
Check it
tomorrow. I'm watching it tomorrow.
And now that we live in this day and age,
we're talking about Dogecoin.
Finances are basically pop culture now. Stocks right now are pop culture. Did you buy into Dogecoin?
I did not buy into Dogecoin.
I did. I bought Dogecoin.
I downloaded the Robinhood app to try to figure out how to do it, and like within 5 minutes, I was like,
You know, getting set up on
"Oh, that was on the
on
GameStop
trading
stock."
that was on GameStop.
Yeah, proceed, sir.
Oh man, you should have bought Doge during the GameStop thing. It was down like if you bought Doge in January at any price, you made a really nice return. And you know what sucks is that back in January, I was like, man, I should buy, but we're on a very tight savings plan to get to where we want to be financially. But so I was like, I'm not going to spend any money on anything right now. Turns out I still had $150 in my Robinhood account from like 5 years ago that I could have just dumped into Doge, and I didn't do it. I missed out. I missed out.
Okay.
Kicking myself. That $150 could be worth, I think if I did it in January, it'd be worth like closer to 3,000 right now. That's some excellent returns. Do you do any investing at all?
I have invested in looking into investing.
It's fun. I got to be honest. This is where Robinhood makes their money on trades and transactions, and they have designed their platform to make trades and transactions very enticing. And it's something that they've been getting called out on. Because you know, if you've spent any time on YouTube and you look up the word trade, then it's going to pop up with a bunch of pseudo day traders that think they know what they're talking about. Fun fact:
They
90,
don't.
95% of day traders lose money, and it's a bunch of fiction, almost like Ty Lopez. They're like Ty Lopez. They make a good YouTube video. They have good marketing and branding. And at the end of the day, all they have to say is knowledge.
What it comes right down to for me is it's just another form of gambling. It really is.
It's essentially gambling.
It's essentially gambling. And we can look at what happened with GameStop and what happened with, I think AMC was the other stock that skyrocketed
Yeah.
over the last like
AMC, GME,
February, March.
Mm-hmm. Which there's a short squeeze going on right now with AMC.
And then when Robinhood shut down the ability to trade, to purchase on it, I don't know. It seems like it's the kind of investment where if it really starts benefiting the everyday user and starts screwing over the really invested, wealthier user, that they're going to take the side of the wealthier user, that they're going to change the rules mid-game.
Well, here's the thing. So in the short squeeze, someone's got to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's going to lose in a short squeeze. And if you're smart, then you don't try to maximize your profit and you get out whenever you're happy with your gains. With Citadel, so if you don't know how it works, Robinhood is basically a third party, and that collects the trades. And this is my rudimentary knowledge of it. The people who actually make the trades, they get passed off to another group called Citadel.
Okay.
And this group called Citadel, they were basically shorting against GameStop. Shorting means to bet against. If you haven't seen the movie, if you want a good kind of crash course on this kind of information, check out the movie The Big Short. Very good movie. I think we've talked about it before.
I've not seen it.
It is,
but I am a fan of who's all in it.
Ryan
Christian Bale,
Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt's in it too, right?
Brad Pitt's in it too.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. And then the kid in that just came out in Jack Ryan. He plays the drone pilot. He's in there too.
Drone pilot from Jack Ryan.
Yeah, drone pilot from Jack Ryan. Really good actor.
That's how he's credited on IMDb.
No, he's got a name. Or he's just drone pilot number 4. So Citadel has all of this money betting against GameStop. Well, it skyrockets, so they start losing money left and right. And Robinhood shut down selling and I think buying too on GameStop at the time, whenever people were starting to do these massive sell-offs. Not a great look for Robinhood, but I will say I've seen during the night of Saturday Night Live, whenever there was all this hype around Dogecoin, there was a few different trading apps that got shut down because of the massive volume of trades happening at the time. So that is something to be said. You know, Robinhood got locked up, so did Gemini.
It has been
during
said.
Saturday Night Live. What's been said?
It has been said.
It has no. Robinhood and Gemini both during that Saturday Night Live with Elon Musk. Both of them got locked up.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
there was so many trades going on. It was bouncing up and down so fast. So many trades going on. Multiple sites kind of crashed. So I say that all to say, you know, if you want to gamble, then understand the risks. And a short squeeze is a gamble.
Always make sure you have a sock.
However, I'm up like $14 on Ford. Good.
I'm proud of
gains.
you, man.
Thank you. You got to know when it comes.
You got to know when to hold them.
Electric vehicles, they're the future. And if a car manufacturer doesn't have them, they're going to go put a Hellcat engine in your F-150 or in your not F-150s. What kind of Dodge trucks are
They're
there?
Rams.
Rams. I know you think it's so funny to put an or a Hellcat engine in a Dodge Ram, but you're probably going to go away in the next 10 years. Just the truth. I digress. Anyways, so you're investing. Where are you at in your investing portfolio and looking into it? Trying to get it set up on the Robinhood app?
Yeah, I figured out how to create an account on Robinhood.
Congratulations. It's fun, and on an app like Robinhood, it can make it seem too fun.
So I've been, just a side perspective, I've been gambling once. I've actually been into a casino once. Have you ever been in a casino before?
Yeah.
Did you ever gamble?
On a cruise? No. On a cruise, and then I went to Vegas one time.
So I went gambling one time. I took $100. I was like, look, this $100 is what I'm allowing myself to gamble, which some people, like people who have gambled quite a bit, would scoff at that $100 bill. But I told myself I'm not going to allow myself to lose anything other than that, because there was this one time in, I think, 7th grade when I went on a field trip one night. It was like a nighttime field trip for whatever reason, to a bowling alley. And I tried to win a stuffed animal in a claw machine, and I spent like $20 trying to get that claw animal.
What year was this?
It was what, 7th grade? Are you gonna look up inflation or what?
I am gonna look up inflation.
Oh God, it was like 2003, 2004. I don't want to hear it.
Let's talk about it.
But I knew that in a situation where I actually had real human money, that I would more than likely have problems with stepping away from gambling.
$30 today.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
And now, if that was if you did that same claw machine in 1914,
but you got to keep in mind that the claw machine would have been
$534.
Would have been cheaper to run that claw machine at one point. It would have been like a nickel as opposed to 50 cents or whatever it was. That's true.
Oh my goodness. The fact that McDonald's used to be 35 cents or 15 cents.
Dude, I'm going to get so much McDonald's on the way back tonight.
I love their dollar menu.
So do I.
I don't need their quarter pounders. Their basic cheeseburgers are, look, not that I eat them like hardly at all anymore, but their basic cheeseburgers. What?
Nothing.
What was that look?
No.
The basic cheeseburgers are so good. And their hot and spicy McChickens. I used to eat those up all the time.
I like their 2-for-1 chocolate chip cookies. What?
I'm gonna get so much McDonald's. Their chocolate chip cookies are on the menu tonight.
Their chocolate chip cookies are really good.
Okay.
Have you never had their chocolate chip cookies?
No, I'm not a cookie guy.
Don't be a hater then. If you've never, don't knock them until you try them.
You know what? Cookies I miss actually. High school Otis Spunkmeyer cookies.
You know they make Otis Spunkmeyer cookies.
Not fresh from high school.
They have to be cooked by a high schooler.
They have to be cooked by a high schooler in those Otis Spunkmeyer ovens.
Those little wrappers.
In those little wrappers. Those are the best cookies that I've ever had, even hands down to this day. HEB, you should start selling some fresh Otis Spunkmeyer cookies.
Or else.
because I know that HEB watches this podcast. They're probably the
They're
third
number
person.
3.
They're number 3.
The corporation as a whole right now is logging in under one YouTube account across thousands of devices. That's really what it is.
So to wrap up,
yes.
Supernatural
should have ended after
Salma
season 5.
Hayek's character, Supernatural should have ended at season 5. I 100% agree. I think that it should have ended at season 5, and that's that. I will say on the second to last episode, they do kind of like a montage of all of the main characters.
There were
And
good.
it was nice.
There were good storylines that came out of seasons that passed afterwards, but nothing worth ending on the high note that season 5 was.
Very true. I agree. And then Salma Hayek's character in the Eternals, I think, is going to die in the first 30 minutes.
All right, you want to make a bet? Gentleman's wager?
Gentleman's wager.
I'm kind of in agreement with you, but I'm going to bet that she lasts the majority of the movie. I'm not going to say she won't die. She's going to make it through most of the movie. If she dies within the first half hour, what are the terms? This is riveting. YouTube lives. We'll discuss the terms after.
We'll talk about the terms in the next episode.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right. What were the other things?
And then if you want to gamble, gamble. If you don't, then don't. Buy and hold.
All right.
Invest in an ETF. Don't be dumb.
What about NFTs?
NFTs? I'm interested to see where I think that's a fad. I don't think that that's going to be a long-term
We
fad.
should make this episode an NFT because I'm sure somebody wants to own it.
I honestly don't know.
I mean, I don't, but
I don't know that much about NFTs. Mainly, when I think of what a non-fungible token is, it just sounds really dumb. Like the idea of a non-fungible token sounds really dumb. Like who cares if you own a meme?
Right? It's like, oh, you paid $1,000 for that picture. I right-clicked saved on that picture, and I have it too.
Like, right. And unless the original creator is still promoting it, I would think that naturally it would just completely lose its value.
The only way that would ever like take on is if they ever instituted something that would kind of put a copyright restriction on memes.
You know what? So NFTs make a lot of sense in the EU then.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense in the EU.
If that ever came over here, that would be.
If that ever became widespread, then yeah. There's definitely a place for NFTs.
Like I would only be able to ever afford one meme anyway, though. So you know what it would be? It would be SpongeBob going like this. You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? I've sent that 1,000,000 times to people.
I don't know, man. I use so many different. You know what? If I had to do one, it'd probably be Michael Scott bowing.
I wonder how much that would cost.
That one would be an expensive one.
Next time on
any of the SpongeBob,
Andy and Jeremiah. Finally got it right at the end.
Yeah. Good job. You know, you didn't say that other one.
I didn't say Untitled Andy and Jeremiah. I didn't say that other one.
You didn't say that other one. I didn't say that other one. Oh wait. Okay. Before we sign off, let's plug your thing you're working on.
There is a postcard up here that says the word Hallowed North on it, or the phrase Hallowed North on it. God, I'm on the spot now. I told you whenever you told me that I was on the wall that it was real at this point. In the coming months, I'm going to be launching a Kickstarter for a graphic novel that I've been working on probably realistically in some form or another over the past 4 years. It's the story of a young man going through the worst depressive episode of his life. It's all told internally within the guy's mind. Think Disney Pixar's Inside Out meets a horror dark fantasy film, Pan's Labyrinth, something like that. It's something I'm very passionate about, and I've actually been approached by a publisher in the past to try to get it told, and I wanted to do it the right way, and so I thought a Kickstarter where I could actually potentially tell it exactly how I wanted to be told would be the best way to do it. Yeah, if y'all are interested, let me know.
So what are the major themes?
Loss, acceptance, the 5 stages of grief, I'd say, are probably up there. it's coming to terms with things that have happened in your life, not allowing the events that have happened in your life to be crutches to excuse away why this is or why that is, but to learn from them and kind of gain strength from it. I wanted to write something that would explain to people what was going on in a depressive episode, because if you're an outside observer to something like that, you're seeing somebody laying on the bed. You're seeing somebody crying for no reason. You're seeing somebody who doesn't have energy and who's canceling plans and who's not wanting to hang out so much. You're not seeing exactly the depth of what they're dealing with internally. And so the idea of turning this issue into like something, into this massive metaphor, um that was the goal, to kind of get people, those people who have never had a depressive episode, to kind of sympathize or start to empathize even, and for those who have gone through it to know that they're not alone. I have always been, or not always, I have within the last several years been a big advocate, kind of like, oh, maybe you shouldn't tell them that you had a therapy appointment today, of all orientations. And talking about it, normalizing the conversation is going to save lives. I'll get off my soapbox now. It's going to be a good book, though. The script is written. The artist is fantastic. He's created some pretty haunting stuff already. I'm really looking forward to it. This gentleman is going to help me with the promotion of it.
I'm really excited for it. I've seen some of the artwork and it looks really good. It looks really good. You got a really talented artist working with you.
I for sure do.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited to, I'd say, and whatever, I'm not bragging or anything, but I'd say as a relatively long time mentally healthy person, I'm interested to
Weird flex,
see
but okay.
weird flex, but okay. No, I've had during the pandemic, I had like three mental breakdowns. But I'm interested to see this metaphor play out in a narrative.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see this metaphor play out in a narrative kind of form, because I think that there's a lot of things that you can get out of a metaphorical narrative that you can't get through a scientific explanation. And that's the same reason why the archetypal stories still exist today, because they're more real in a lot of ways than some other things might be.
Yeah.
And there's a fundamental truth to that. So I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to read the full story.
I am excited and nervous and all kinds of emotions right now. But yeah, so be looking very soon. There's going to be some promotional material created for it. Can't wait to share it with y'all. Thank you for remembering.
You got it, man.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good evening. Thank you for those of y'all that stopped by. Jeremy, I miss you. Join us again. We'll see y'all next week.
This is good.